7. Right on. All right, here we go. Let's see. It's a beautiful day to blaze some good. A beautiful day to blaze some good. Would you be kind? Please light mine. And that face keeps coming up. Damn. yeah. Hello. Still doing that. I'm just compelled to do that. Don't know why, but I just am. Anyway. So again, I understand it's supposed to be wake and bake, but it is. I guess it's gonna be another bake. End of the night. You know what I'm saying? I'm already a little zooted. Well, it's not technically the end of the night because it's. I don't know. Is it even 12 yet? Just about. Certainly it's the end of the night for me, but. So yeah, definitely isn't the end of the night for me, but you know, it's getting there. So first thing I want to get on is to talk about is the reflection. You know, December reflection. It's just crazy how things come around. You know, you see things and see people you haven't seen in a while, or you know, it's just this picture that keeps coming up for me on Facebook. I'm not going to mention what it is and who it is. It's just, you know, sort of a face I haven't wanted to see in a while. But it just like, you know, the face comes up, but it like brings back thoughts and memories. But the only thing I really want to reflect on is the positive time that I had with the face that's in that picture. That's all I'm going to talk about that, because, yeah. But another thing I want to talk about is a couple things, you know what I'm saying? Like, not really try to get too into politics, but a couple things I do want to talk about. So, I know we have this thing going on, and everybody talking about it. This shit going on with Puffy. We call a grown-ass man Puffy. What kind of shit is that? Anyway, Sean Combs. I ain't calling this man no Puffy, no P Diddy. I mean, if you're gonna get like a street name or a DJ name or whatever, why does it got to be something as soft as Puffy? Or yo, that's even P Diddy. That's that's almost like, yo, you submitting. I don't know, man. That's just like calling a dude boss. Yo, what up, boss? Get the fuck out of here. You calling no dude boss. The fuck kind of, unless he's the boss. But even then, I won't call him boss. But anyway, this thing is kind of personal for me because, it's like, yo, all my life has been either, what I'm saying? All my life has been either hip hop or it's been metal. You know what I'm saying? But it started out with hip hop. So I can remember back being a kid, and it was like, again, back in the day, hip hop was like, it was new. So you know what I'm saying? It was only like they would play it like maybe like two nights out of the week, real late at night. Except for a few, they had a few breakout hits and shit like that. You had the Fat Boys, you know what I'm saying, like Run DMC. You know what I'm saying? One of the big ones for me was Salt and Pepper. I remember like that was like one of the first records I got was that Push It from Salt and Pepper. So that was a big one. But since I was a kid, you know what I'm saying, I like Friday, Saturday night, 11, 12 o'clock at night, got my little tape in the little tape deck. You know what I'm saying? I record that shit, and then all through the week I'm listening to it. So all my life, like I said, it's been hip hop, and then I got into metal, and you know what I'm saying, I just put them all together. So what I'm saying, it'd be like 1 minute I'm listening to like Biggie, next minute I'm listening to Cannibal Corpse. You know what I mean? And it's that drastic of a change. So, you know what I'm saying? I remember the era with Diddy, Sean, fucking still calling this dude whatever. So I remember the era though, because it was. I can imagine it was sort of like discovery of a new country. How things, it was like an explosion, and it was New York, down south, you know what I'm saying, you had Texas, you had out west, you know what I'm saying, you had all kinds of different sounds, and you get all kinds of different flavors. Into Midwest, not even let me forget the Midwest, because me and guys like Bone, I think was from Midwest, Bone Thugs-n-Harmony. But one thing that always was prevalent was was these dudes, these like always like the moguls. You know what I'm saying? You had Jay-Z. It was a little bit different. He was like that, the rapper. You know what I'm saying? But then you had Sean. And we you know what I'm saying, being in New York, because that's where I'm from initially, you know what I'm saying, you still get, even though a lot of the stuff that happened, I was here, you know what I'm saying, you still plugged in a little bit. You had people up north or whatever, and then news and shit like that. So but we knew about Sean not from music, but from that shit that happened where he put on it was from music, but he put on a show, and I guess it was too many people, and people like died because there was like a stampede. I don't remember exactly where it was, so that was sort of like our introduction to Combs. Can't call a grown man Diddy. Can't do it. I'm not gonna do it. Not. So, when he started coming out with all the different music, it was just like, man, it was just so like, because you had him over here, and then you had like Nas, and you had like Wu-Tang, you know what I'm saying, and you got Boot Camp, and you got, what I'm saying, there was tons of other shit, like shit that a lot of people, that it wasn't mainstream and stuff, shit people don't remember, like Bush Babies, the Bush Babies. God, I gotta figure a way to do something to pay homage to them, because I fucking love them. But there's one of those guys from back then. But you know what I'm saying, you had with P Diddy, you had all these like different, number one is like, for me, 1A, 1B, Biggie and Pun. Biggie and Pun. So yeah, when Biggie came out, that was just like an explosion. You know what I'm saying? It was an explosion. And the thing that was so funny about it, at first it was like so much promise because you had all these different artists that was coming out, all these different songs and all these Mace. You know what I'm saying? Who else, man? It was Locks. Locks is another one. I remember I bought like I was on they shit from the beginning too. It wasn't as good as when they turned D Block, but you know what I'm saying? Locks was the shit, but you had all these different groups, but then you had certain individuals would fall off. They'd make one hit and they would fall off. And you were thinking, you know what I'm saying, like, whoa. You know what I'm saying? You were expecting more from the particular artist. Um, and then you had the shit that happened with Shine. You know, you know what I'm saying? You had Biggie passing. You had all this different stuff. All these people that was in his atmosphere, you know what I'm saying? That basically were fueling him, his lifestyle. Even though it seemed like he was, putting everybody on and giving them a chance, and they just fail and fall off. It was more like he used them. At least from now vantage point, seems like he fed them only a little bit so that they would work for him and get so much more from him. Basically, parasite. It was a parasitical relationship, I believe, just off of what I see. And it's crazy because all my life, I was trying to get into that music field. You know what I'm saying? Like, whether it was because mostly playing guitar, and that's a whole nother thing. All the issues I had with different bands and different situations throughout the years, trying to get it together. That's why I don't have nothing now as far as that. But anyway, same thing with the hip hop. You know what I'm saying? I was making beats and we had like little crews and shit, and what I'm saying, just nothing ever came to fruition. But what I'm saying, looking back on it, I just look at what all these people went through, and I'm like, I'm glad I was a washout. What I'm saying, I've never been, or still can be, but either way, it's sort of, it just sort of, it's like, what happened to all these people? It was so many. There was so many hits, and it's not even just with Diddy. There's Diddy, Combs. The fuck, what I'm saying? Then you got the other guy that's in the news now with the what I'm saying, with the allegations. That's another one, yo. Come on, from the beginning, your Hard Knock Life hit so hard. You understand how hard we was bumping Hard Knock Life? I don't think anybody can understand. We were bumping that shit hard. Everything Son did, we was there. We was there. We was pushing it. And I'm talking we. I don't mean we in the what I'm saying, and just saying it just to say it. I mean we, like me, all my peoples. What I'm saying. I imagine not being in New York. What I'm saying, all that time. What I'm saying. I imagine he had. What I'm saying, mad love in New York. Come on, and then same thing with that situation. Had so many hits and so many different people was put on, and what I'm saying, and then boom, only one remains, the Highlander, and basically the Highlanders are their area, so there's like maybe a few of them left. So what Mr. Combs is going through is basically, the last of the Highlanders fighting it out to see who's going to be the last remaining one. Hip hop Highlanders. But yo, it's so bugged out because what I'm saying. I just look at it. You get some people that you hear that you see online talk about. Well, all they wanted, it just basically coming from the point of the point of view of why are we talking about this? Why are we trying to take this man down? Why I'm just looking at it like, sure, there are so many of us, and when I say us, so many of us in that space now that are facing so many allegations and having done some of these egregious things, and it's like a witch hunt against them, and sure, I can take that route. Like, there is a witch hunt, and maybe there is a bit of, racism into it, and sure, you gotta always consider that. But also consider this. You know what I'm saying? These are the people you have to go to get you to be able to realize your dreams. You know what I'm saying? Why I gotta take a why I gotta put myself in position, you know what I'm saying, and put myself in these situations where I gotta compromise myself. I am not a body boy. So why do I gotta do that kind of stuff to be able to realize my dreams? Well, why? What? I don't get that. You know what I'm saying? And even if I was, you know what I'm saying? Why do I have to exploit that part of me to be able to realize my dreams? And in a lot of cases, these guys had to hide that part of them. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know. It's just wild. All I want to do is just make music, and that's one good thing about the internet. You can sit at home and develop your own audience, and you know what I'm saying. You don't have to go through middlemen. You know what I'm saying, and compromise yourself to be able to reach. You know what I'm saying, to reach the audience. You know, it's a little hard because I'm struggling as a motherfucker. I'm definitely that, but I'd rather do this than take a wanted dick. And that's just word up. Can't put it the other way. You know what I'm saying? They just throwing dicks at you like, yo, this is what you gotta have to be able to get. Nah, yo. And I don't want it. That's just that. You know what I'm saying? And then, you see a lot of artists nowadays, and it's not even, it's crazy because it's not even just hip hop or even in metal. It's all of them talking about where, the internet and all the tools and stuff, the DAWs and the plugins and the machines and the this, that, and the other guitar, you know what I'm saying, all the guitar emulators and you know what I'm saying, making so that there's too many bands and too many people making music, and it's like, you complain that there's too many, but you're one of the people at the top that's making more of the money, and you get more of the, the promotions, all that stuff, but you want to shit on other people for wanting to just even make music. I mean, music is communication, so it's you, it's expression of you. So, I don't know. I don't know. It's just why it seems like we want to make people, believe or live how they want other people to live. Or it's like you feel like, okay, because there's so many people out there making bands that, it's gonna take out of your pockets. Make better fucking music. But even then, how many of these bands are just fucking shit in the bed, making just whatever kind of music, and it's not special anymore? And then the special bands, you know what I'm saying, the ones that really doing some off the wall shit, you know what I'm saying, they're the ones catching mad flag. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. It's pretty wild. But I digress from that situation because, anyway, I'm still going to make the music. I'm still going to try to develop my own audience, but it's just wild that you got people like the diddler. I'll say that. And people like that are the gatekeepers to your success. Now, one last political thing I want to talk about before I'm already baked as it is. So that was the goal, getting baked. So I'm there. So one other thing I want to talk about, and it's basic. This is the politics part. So, this is something I've seen. Nah, you know what? Nah, if you're gonna go there, fuck that. nah, I'm just gonna leave it alone. I thought about it for a second. I just like a bunch of politics stuff, political stuff. I'd like to just go in on. I have sort of like a theory. Sort of basically like a picture of what's happening, and it's just some wild shit. And of course, it's all theory. That's what I'm saying. So I'm not saying that I know, but shit, you see what's going on. Only thing I can say that is holy shit. The fuck are these people doing? It's like, what the hell is going on in the world? I think it was like in Germany. There was like some stabbings out there. Some more shootings here a few days ago in Wisconsin. Shit. What the fuck? I'm not even laughing like that. I'm just laughing at the craziness of the situation in which we faced, and just sort of laughing at just the sort of casual behavior of people just to go along and get along. It's like, do you understand what's happening right now? Are you looking and seeing what's going on for your eyes? You know what I'm saying? Do you think your walls can prevent that from prevent any of what's going on happening? I mean, going on with you? I mean, do you not understand? Well, obviously, we know the answers to that is no. They don't give a shit. They don't give a fuck. I mean, as politicians, okay, so I'll go over that just a little bit. Not saying specific, but I don't know if he was like a CIA guy, like a direct CIA guy, but he was somebody in that dealt with foreign intelligence, and he spilled the beans on some foreign intelligence. He outright told what basically was, one theorized by, you know, conspiracy theorists, and essentially turned out to be true based off of this guy, letting out the spilling the beans, you know, and see people looking at this stuff and just sort of let it go in one ear, go out the other. But he's not even scared to spill the beans. You know, if it was something that they worried about, right? Isn't that what they do? I mean, I don't know. Did you see that? So he's not even scared to spill the beans. Why? Because there ain't shit we can do about it. And that's the part that's scary. That's the part I don't understand how people could just sort of let it go. Just like, hey, the government's doing this. These people are doing that. Oh well. Let me go ahead and watch this. Finish watching this football game. Fuck what they're doing. You know. I want to make sure. I want to make sure I watch. You know what I'm saying? See if Patrick Mahomes wins his next game. Right? Isn't that what really matters? You know. NBA viewership is declining. That's what really matters. I know. I see that a lot because that's what comes from my feed, my YouTube feed. I do get the political stuff too, but it's just a constant barrage of just everything is just we're all bent, and you just keep taking it. like a champ. It's like, yo, again? You sure? I can spread my legs wide. It'd make it easy for you. That's what we have done, essentially. Right? I mean, you know, in a lot of places, legal, right? It's legal. Why now? You know, saying that the reasons for it being legal now has always been the reasons all along. So why now? You know, now we have the super drug fentanyl, and they even seem to have some shit that's even more beyond that, right? So you know, I'm a fucking, you know, not like I'm mad conspiracy theorist. Like everything is, you know, what I'm saying you're the devil. This is this and that and the other. But it's just some of the things is funny, and it all ties in. You know, what I'm saying all this shit that you see out there. It's like, what the fuck? I don't want to deal with none of this. I don't want to deal with none of this shit. You know, the wars. I'm not trying to fight somebody on that side of the world. I don't want to see them being killed and you know saying out of the economy. Why is war? Isn't there enough for everybody? Am I wrong? Am I stupid or wrong to think that you know there's enough for everybody to have? Is that like maybe a wrong thought? I don't know. Maybe so. Right? With all the food I see in the grocery store, all the food I see in the grocery store. You know what I'm saying? All the food that McDonald's makes, and Burger King and Wendy's and KFC and churches and Popeyes. I don't even have churches anymore, but there's people that don't have no food. I don't know. Maybe I'm you know maybe I'm for wrong for thinking that hey maybe let's give a maybe just give a motherfucker a sandwich. You know what I'm saying? Here's some chicken or something. Yo, how about a bowl of cereal? Like yo for real. How about we do it on a regular basis? It's only food. You know, it's not even really grown anymore. It's made in a lab, so there's plenty of it. Or it's kind of a combination. You know, they take basically, you know, Frankenstein seeds and have them and have them grown natural. So, but still, you know, it's grown. It's grown. The food is there. So it's kind of crazy, kind of a crazy thought. It's like, yo, let's give them, you know, what I'm saying the food that is definitely bad for them, and then it's gonna eventually gonna be the reason you die, or one of them with cumulative reasons, if it's not by a gun or accident, so, or starve, which is a horrible death to begin with. So, you know, you choose your poison.